Hey Jackson, how's it going? I take it that you're going to be coming home late today again, right? I mean, it's already 10, so I feel like I know the answer. I have to get up kind of early tomorrow, so I think I might end up heading to bed soon.
Oh shoot, Harriet, I totally lost track of time. I'm really sorry about that. I'm coming home right now. I just got on the bus and it should take about 15 minutes to get back.
Well, okay then, if you're going to be home that soon, I guess I can stay up just a little bit longer.
Thank you so much. By the way, do we have any leftovers in the fridge or anything like that? I'm kinda hungry after such a long day.
Don't worry, I figured that you'd probably be hungry after coming home from a night of drinking, so I left you a little plate in the fridge. So don't say I never do anything for you. I'll get up in a little bit so that it's ready for you when you get home.
Thank you so much, Harriet. I have no idea what I'd do without you. You know, I really was just thinking earlier today how lucky I am to have a wife like you. You really are the best.
What are you talking about? I always do this kind of stuff for you, don't I? You don't need to get all mushy over something I do all the time, Jackson.
But it's exactly because you do it all the time that makes you so great. I mean, even my own coworkers all the time tell me how lucky I am to have a girl like you in my life. So I just want you to know that I really am grateful for all that you do.
Wait, even your coworkers talk about me? I didn't know that you talked about me to your coworkers at all, actually.
I mean, I've shown them pictures of us and stuff all the times that we've gone out for the night. They all tell me how lucky I am to be with someone so pretty.
Okay, now you're just kissing up, aren't you, Jackson? They don't really say those things.
Of course they say those things. I think they're right. You really are beautiful and kind and caring, and I'm very lucky for it. I think that some guys in the office might even be a bit jealous of me, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, I am very glad that you think so highly of me, but I just don't know what to say whenever I get a compliment.
Don't worry, I completely understand, but I just wanted to let you know nonetheless. I mean, I ask myself all the time, what did I do to end up with someone as great as you, and I still don't know how I did it. I mean, I still wake up every morning and feel so lucky that you and I are married.
Oh, stop it! You're making me blush over text right now. I mean, I married you too, you know. We're together because we want to be.
I know. Maybe I'm just feeling a bit sappy after being out. And I really do think that my coworkers are right when they call you beautiful. You are just stunning to me, do you know that? I still have no idea how I got so lucky with you.
Oh, Jackson, do you really feel that way about me?
Of course I do. I really can't say enough just how lucky I feel to have you in my life. And it just makes sense since you're basically a princess with how rich your family is.
I know they have a little bit of money, but it's not that much more than what the average family makes. I wouldn't really call us super wealthy or anything like that.
And that just goes to show what a good princess you really are. You're so humble, and it shows with the way you were raised. I think there's no better word for you than princess, to be honest.
Aw, you really mean that? Well, I appreciate all the kind words that you've been giving me, Jackson.
But they're not just words. I really do feel this way about you. I swear.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Sometimes I feel like I'm just a little too old to be called a princess. Anyways, I'm really happy that I'm with you too and that you seem so happy in your life. I'm so happy that we can both really make each other happy even after we got married.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't see myself getting with some stupid girl, you know? Or someone that was just talking all the time. That would drive me crazy. I guess I really just lucked out finding a quiet, reserved, more nerdy girl like you.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess I am really glad that you and I get together so well then. It would be awful if there were big parts of our personality that didn't mesh so well together.
Exactly right. I knew so many girls who would be loud and thought they were so smart in college. They all thought that they were gonna end up running the world, but they never stood a chance against a genius like me.
Right, but I've met some of your college friends and I think some of them are really smart.
Don't go telling any of them that, or I'll just never hear the end of it though. Actually, now that you say it though, that reminds me that I've never really met any of your friends. What kind of friends do you have? Are they all rich, young, amazing things like you?
I would say not really. I think I have a wide range of different friends.
Right, but I mean, I feel like people usually tend to be attracted to like-minded people, so all your friends must be kind of like you in some ways, right? I mean, there's no way that you would ever waste your time with some stupid or poor person, right?
I don't really try to think of people in those terms. And if I do, I certainly don't hold it against them. I enjoy having a bunch of different kinds of friends. I mean, we aren't in school anymore, right? I think we're both mature enough to know that there are more important things than money or smarts, right?
You really feel that way? I have to say, that's actually kind of surprising.
I mean, what about athletes? Even if they're not professors or professionals, I think that they have a set of rules that they live by and can be good people, right?
Are you talking about those jocks that you invited to our wedding?
They weren't just jocks, though. Those were friends that I've known ever since I was little. I would have invited even more of my friends, but there were just so many that I couldn't.
Right, yeah, I guess we did have a kinda small wedding when I think about it. about it. I think that basically everyone I invited were friends from my college days. But maybe one day you could invite some of your jock friends over and I could meet them properly.
Yeah, that might be fun. I'm sure that we would have a free evening that would work for everyone.
Hey, I thought I told you not to bother me while I'm out drinking with the boys.
You mean you're going out drinking again today? Sorry, I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
Well, I was invited out at the very last second, so that's why I'm out right now. Now what is it? What do you want?
I just wanted to call and ask what time you thought you were going to be coming home today.
That's the reason why you needed to call me? Are you kidding me? Just who do you think you are, my mother? You really gotta back off and just let me live my life.
I'm really sorry to be interrupting your night, Jackson. I really didn't mean to. But I guess that means that you are going to be coming home late then. I guess I'll just go to bed on my own then, if that's okay. So just please be careful getting back, okay?
Are you serious? You're seriously not even gonna wait up for me? I don't believe you.
Sorry, what's wrong with me doing that? I'm not quite sure what's got you upset.
Of course I'm upset. What kind of wife isn't gonna wait up for her husband? You're being ridiculous.
But I have no idea what time you're going to be coming home.
I should be home around 1 in the morning, okay? So you could just wait up for me until then.
But I have to get up early tomorrow at 5. I really would like to be able to go to sleep earlier. I really don't think I'm going to be able to function off only 4 hours of sleep.
What's wrong with 4 hours of sleep? That's like basically a solid nap. You should be able to handle whatever your day is after that. But I just can't believe that you would even think a good wife would treat her husband this way. Do you think I'm an idiot or something, or do you just have no respect for me at all?
Jackson, of course not. It's nothing like that at all, I swear.
And just what are you getting up so early for in the first place, huh? Why does your job start that early?
I don't have the answer for you, Jackson. It's just the rules of my office. They want me there first thing in the morning, so I have to get up then.
I really can't believe that they think they can get away with asking you to do that when they don't even pay you that much anyways.
But I really enjoy my work at the salon. I really do get a lot out of it personally.
Why didn't you go out and find a job more worth doing, huh? I mean, you literally have a rich family. I thought that you'd have learned from them to go and find a better job. Instead, you just think it's okay to just follow your passion or whatever nonsense.
But the pay isn't even that bad, Jackson. I mean, we basically make the same amount of money, don't we?
Oh, so now you're saying I don't earn enough for you, huh? You think it's funny comparing my real job to your little Barbie Dreamhouse salon job.
Jackson, how can you talk to me like this? I really enjoy my job and I get something out of it that no salary could give me.
And now you hardly even make anything anymore. And not only that, but it cuts into the time that you should be cleaning the house, and it's clear that you're just doing a half-assed job. You're just living your life without even trying that hard.
Jackson, what on earth are you talking about? The house looks just fine. Do you really think it's a mess?
Fine? This is what you call fine. In what world is the house fine? You barely even do anything to keep it up.
Like what? What don't you think I do enough of in terms of keeping the house clean?
Are you blind or something? You can't honestly be happy with the state of things, right? How about the fact that you pack me a little pre-packaged snacks for lunch instead of just making everything by hand? Or all the hair that's all over our floor? And yet you think that it's okay if you go to bed before I do and there's still so much work to be done.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm not able to clean the house when it doesn't fit in with my schedule, but you never do anything to help out either. And I only gave you that pre-packaged thing once. I've never done it again since then. How can you say that I'm not doing all that I can to make sure the house is clean and running? Besides, there's really no need to have it be crystal clean every single day.
Here you go again, just making excuses instead of just doing your job like a good wife. Look, as my wife, you only have one job, and that is to do what I say when I say it without arguing with me. Got it?
I'm really sorry, Jackson. I didn't mean to screw things up like this at all. I'm so sorry that I upset you.
And just know that if I come home and I ever find you asleep, I will not hesitate to kick you awake. Got it?
Hey, Jackson, I'm really sorry to bother you with this, but could I please ask you to contribute a little more money to the house? It's just that I don't really think that I can afford everything like rent, utilities, and groceries with just my salary. Things are going to get really tight for us at this rate.
Excuse me? Hold on, you're really trying to tell me that I don't contribute enough to the house?
I mean, you only ever give me $300 a month for everything. I'm burning through my savings just to keep up with all our expenses.
Sounds to me like you just gotta learn a little bit about financial literacy. I mean, just what kind of food are you buying that $300 isn't enough to get us through the month? You really gotta learn how to spend smarter.
But it's not just me spending the money. So much of our entire budget goes towards paying for your nights out. Not only that, but I'm the one paying for your car insurance even though I don't drive. Surely you could at least cover that, right?
This is why I said you should have put more effort into finding a better paying job. But you wanted to try and follow your dreams like an idiot instead, and now here you are complaining that you don't have enough money.
But I really think that the only job I'm even equipped to do at this point is my work at the salon.
Well, that just makes you completely useless then, doesn't it?
Look, Jackson, the point is that we are running out of money, and part of the reason is because of your spending, okay? So just please work with me a little here, okay?
Do you really think that you're in any position to make any kinds of demands from me at all? I'm telling you that the only reason this is a problem is because you don't know how to spend money smartly. Why don't you quit complaining about everything and just take some responsibility, huh?
I'm not complaining, Jackson. This is serious and we are running out of money. Don't you understand that?
See that? That's just you complaining again right there. You're just a useless woman who's making excuses for her uselessness.
Jackson, what happened to you? Why are you treating me like this? You used to be so kind to me.
Maybe that's because ever since I married you, I've learned what a horrible, useless, stupid woman you really are. I was kind when I thought that you were a high-value woman, but now I realize that was my mistake for thinking that way.
But I really don't think that it's fair for you to have me pay for all of our expenses when you just spend all your money on yourself. I mean, I can't remember the last time that I went out, spent money on myself, grabbed drinks with friends, any of that. And it's all because I never have any money after I pay all of our bills.
You really have some nerve if you think you deserve any of those nice things when you haven't even figured out how to be a good wife yet.
And just what am I doing that's not enough for you? I feel like I am giving this my all and making so many sacrifices. All I'm asking is that you contribute as well and stop treating me like a slave.
What else do you think a wife is?
You can't be serious about that, right?
What are you talking about? What don't you understand about the question?
Do you really think that when a woman marries a man that she basically just becomes his slave?
Yeah, I don't get what's so confusing about that. You seem to have grasped the concept nicely enough, and the fact that you're just trying to appeal to my emotions right now proves that you don't have a real argument for yourself. I thought I told you that I liked smarter girls, so if you're not gonna argue logically, then I don't want to hear it.
You're going to talk about logic when you're the one who isn't even paying for half of his stuff? We started this marriage off as equals, and I feel like you were getting way more out of this from me than I am from you.
And I don't ever remember that I would split the cost of everything with you when we got married.
Well, no, I guess we didn't agree to that either.
You see? That right there is what we smart men call logic. So maybe you should learn a thing or two on that before you start peddling these brain-dead excuses and complaints to me.
Okay, fine then. I'll make it work with $300.
So basically you're saying that this whole conversation is pointless because we're back where we started, right? Thanks a lot for wasting my precious time, Harriet.
Hey, Jackson, I'm really sorry to ask about this, but I haven't gotten the $300 for this month's groceries.
$300? What on earth are you talking about now, woman?
I'm talking about the money that you give me to spend on things for the house.
Oh, right, I forgot to mention this to you, but I'm gonna stop giving you any money at all this month.
You mean you're not going to contribute anything to the house at all? You can't be serious about that.
There you go again, thinking that you can boss me around just because I hurt your feelings. Said I'm not going to pay you any money, and that's final.
Okay, then how do you expect us to make payments on everything then? Because the money has to come from somewhere.
You think I'm joking with you? You really gotta learn some respect.
It isn't about respect or anything like that at all. This is about having enough money to live.
I guess you'll have to start cutting down then. Maybe you can start by limiting yourself down to 1 meal a day.
Jackson, don't be ridiculous. Why on earth would I do that? I have a job and take care of the house, and if I'm not eating, then I could pass out.
Well, that really sounds like a you problem to me. But personally, I think that you could stand to lose a little weight anyway. So just think of this as a diet, and then you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It's perfect when you think about it.
And you really have no problem at all with asking me to do something like this.
Why on earth would I have a problem telling you to slim down, Porky? You think I care about what happens to you either way?
Well, I did until now. I thought that you might have cared a little about the well-being of your wife. Jackson, I don't know what happened, but you're just horrible.
Aw, what's the matter? Are you gonna start crying? I thought you were different, but you're just the same as all the other stupid women in the world. You just cry when you don't get your way, huh? If you really want me to give you more money, though, you could always beg on your hands and knees.
You want me to beg you for more money? Why would you even want me to do that?
You have to prove to me that you're gonna be a good wife by doing it. You're gonna beg for me and then promise to never disobey me again.
Jackson, you are just ridiculous. I mean, have you even been reading the messages you've been sending to me?
Of course I have. I'm just trying to set you in your place. All I do is make a couple of simple requests for you and you act like I'm asking for the world.
But you're asking far too much of me, don't you see that?
I don't see that at all. I think that I'm being perfectly reasonable and that you're acting like the spoiled princess that you are. Well, you may be the princess, but I'm your king now, and you will obey me.
And you really think this is a good way for a husband to treat his wife? You're taking this whole thing way too far. But if you think that I'm going to beg for you, then you've got another thing coming.
Oh? You're really gonna try and fight me even further? You really think that's a good idea, Harriet?
I do. You make some horrible comments about women, and you clearly have no respect for me, even as your own wife. If you want to keep up this lifestyle of yours, then you're going to have to beg me.
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are, huh? How dare you talk to me like that?
I am who I've always been. I'm your wife, Harriet.
No way, my Harriet would know better than to try and mouth off against me like this.
Well, believe it or not, but I have had enough out of you, and I'm not going to stand for this treatment anymore. You think you're such a smart, amazing guy, but you're nothing without me, and you act like a spoiled child.
Wait, what? You can't just talk to me that way. How dare you try and treat me like this? Don't you see that I'm upset with you? Doesn't that make you scared?
It doesn't scare me one bit, actually.
But I'm mad at you right now, so you should be asking for my forgiveness.
Oh no, is your bullying tactic not working anymore? Did you really think that I was just going to fold to you right away? You think that I wasn't showing you how patient I am with your behavior? You really need to learn who you're messing with. I mean, you do know that I used to do pro wrestling, right?
Wait, what? You used to be a pro wrestler? Are you serious?
Yeah, I did it when I was younger for about 5 years, actually. I worked under a stage name, of course, but still.
But I thought that, well, you don't look like a wrestler at all. You lied to me.
I didn't lie to you at all. We started dating when I was at a different part of my life and it just never came up. But I still have plenty of those instincts if you ever want to try me again, Jackson. Just know that I used to be top of my league, and in the attic there's a box with my big championship belt.
Oh, come on now. This is just ridiculous. You think that I'm really gonna fall for this? Though I will say that you did have me going for a second there.
If you're upset because you feel like I hid this part of me from you, I can say the exact same thing about you. You acted like such a nice and caring man before we got married, and you just kept taking and taking without ever giving back to me.
But that's only because you weren't the person I thought you were.
Well, I suppose that neither were you, Jackson. Neither were you. But if you think you're going to get me to beg for you, you're going to have to fight me for it. And I can promise now that you will be the one ending up on the floor begging for mercy. I guess I'll stay up for you and see you when you get home, Jackson. After that, I only had to wait a couple of hours before my husband came home. I was waiting for him in the foyer in my old wrestling garb. He took a weak stand, and in a flash, he was up in the air before I slammed him on the ground like a sack of flour. He gave in right away and begged for me to stop. I just looked down at him and told him that I thought he was pathetic. Thankfully, however, my wrestling experience taught me how to throw people without seriously hurting them. Then with Jackson still on the floor, I went into the kitchen and grabbed divorce papers that I had been holding onto and threw them down on his face. We were divorced just a couple of weeks later. We agreed to just split our assets in half, but I knew that I had gotten all that I wanted out of the divorce process in the brief moment when I had Jackson in the air and he was screaming for his life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey Paula, are you there? I had something that I wanted to talk to you about. Is now a good time to text a little? Oh, hello Ginger. Of course. I always have time to talk to my mother-in-law. What is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Well, it is actually about last week, you see. I was just curious where exactly you were last Wednesday. Did you get out into the city that day? You want to know where I was last Wednesday? Do you mind if I ask what this is about? Oh, I'm just a little curious is all. So tell me, did you go out? And if so, where did you go to? Well, actually, now that I think about it, I was at home all day Wednesday. Are you really sure about that? You didn't go anywhere at all? Wait a second. I just remembered now. I went to the grocery store Wednesday evening. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an even bigger trip, like into the city. You're really telling me that you didn't go out that far at all? Yeah, I'm positive that I stayed close to home on that day. I mean, I really don't even get out that much anyways, you know? Oh, I am very, very aware. Trust me. But anyways, would you mind telling me just what all of this is about? Why are you so curious about if I was out of town on Wednesday? Oh, I'm sorry. It's really nothing. It's just I was out in the city on that day, and I could have sworn that I saw someone who looked just like you. But I didn't bother talking to them at all, so I just wanted to ask if it was actually you. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I'm afraid you saw the wrong person. I was at the house for basically all of that day, so I guess it's a good thing you didn't end up talking to this person. It might have been a little embarrassing when you realized that it wasn't me, you know? I know, but I have to say that I was just shocked at how similar this person was to you. I mean, you two could have been twins. You know that you can tell me if you went out, right? Of course I know that, but I'm telling you that I really didn't go out at all. I'm sorry, are you sure this is all you want to know about? Because it seems like you're after something more. You know that I wouldn't lie to you, right? Oh, of course you wouldn't lie to me. I'm sorry. I just wanted to check is all. Well, okay then. I am telling you that I really didn't go out at all on Wednesday. Now, I'm sorry, but can we please just stop talking about this? I feel like I'm not being trusted right now, and it doesn't feel great. I'm sorry, Paula. I didn't really mean to press you like that. It's just that this person looked just like you is all. I just had never seen a doppelganger like that, so I was surprised was all. I see. Well, it really does sound to me like you saw the wrong person. Because, as I've said several times already, I was at home basically all day on Wednesday. So, that's really all there is to it. Now, can you please just accept what I'm trying to tell you? Yes, of course I accept that. I'm sorry, I really wasn't trying to bully you or make you feel doubted at all. Well then, that means that we can stop talking about this then, right? Because I am basically always at home. Right, of course. I must have just made a mistake, and I'm sorry if I'm being persistent with the questioning. I understand that, but really, I feel like I shouldn't have to repeat myself that many times for you to trust me. Anyways, I just want you to know that if something like this happens again, I will go and talk to Caleb about this. At least he listens to and respects me when I tell him something. And I hope you know that if he finds out you ever did anything to hurt me, that he would cut you out of his life, like then and there. Hey, Caleb, I was just curious if you were still going to be coming over today.
Hey there, Mom. Yeah, of course I was still going to come over and visit you.
Do you know around what time you're going to be arriving here?
Yeah, I was thinking that I would get there around 3 in the afternoon or so. Also, did you want me to take out those big pieces of trash you have to the dump while I was there?
If you could do that, I would really appreciate that. Also, there was something that I wanted to talk to you about if it's all right. You were going to be coming with Paula, right?
No, actually, Paula isn't going to come. I invited her, but she said that she didn't want to.
Oh, really? Did she actually say that?
Yeah, but now I'm curious. Did something happen between the two of you? Because anytime I even mention, it's like Paula stiffens up and gets all nervous all of a sudden.
You mean she acts like she's scared of me or something like that? But why would she do something like that?
I don't know. I guess maybe she's just afraid to be scolded by you or something like that. Are you sure you haven't done anything that might have upset or scared her?
I really don't think that I could even have that effect on people, if I'm being honest with you.
I see. It's just that that's what Paula told me was going on. She told me that she always feels like she's under so much pressure when you're around. And she said that she feels like you're always trying to put her down. I don't know. I guess she just feels like you might be expecting too much out of her.
Well, I have no idea what she'd be talking about. I really don't try and pressure her to do anything. Although, I guess I do check in just to make sure she's doing things right when she comes over.
Well, I really think that that might be starting to have an effect on her. So maybe you could just try and give her a little more space? That would be great. After all, I would hate for any kind of drama to start just because of some miscommunication between the two of you.
You really think that if I'm having that kind of effect on your wife, you think that she's really scared of me?
Look, Mom, I'm not saying that you're a bad person or anything like that. Obviously, I know that you're a really kind person. But I think that you take some getting used to, and well, I guess maybe if you could just ease up on how you treat Paula. Maybe just boss her around a little less. That might help things between the two of you. I think if you just tried to be a little more loving towards her, that it would really help Paula get along with you.
But I thought I was being welcoming and loving to her. I had no idea that she felt so strongly about me.
I know that you didn't intend for this to happen, but I feel like these kinds of things can happen quite often between a wife and her mother-in-law, right?
I suppose you might be right about that, actually.
So, anyways, if you could just do your best to try not to scare Paula or anything like that, that would be great. Because I have to say that I was kind of surprised when she told me that it had gotten so bad she didn't even want to visit you with me. And more than anything, I just don't think that's how a family should be reacting to one another, right? I mean, you know that something has to have happened if Paula's so scared that she doesn't even want to visit you.
Wow. Yes, of course, son. I really had no idea that I was so bad for her. Had I known, I would have changed a long time ago.
I know that you would have, Mom. But I'm asking you to do that now. I just want you in my life to get along, you know?
Well, I just don't know if we're going to be able to do that. I have no idea how we'd ever get along and be friendly with one another.
Mom, what are you talking about? Why would you say something like that?
Because it just wouldn't work. I'm telling you now that it wouldn't work at all.
But I just want to know why. Why don't you think you and Paula can get along?
Oh, Caleb, I really am sorry, but it's just not going to work between Paula and I at all.
Mom, please? You can talk to me about this. I really want to know why it is that you are feeling this way about the situation.
I don't think I've ever been told that someone is scared of me. But the ironic thing is that I'm also scared of Paula.
Wait a second. Mom? I'm going to seriously need you to take some time and explain to me exactly what you're talking about.
I guess you really don't have any clue about any of this, do you?
Mom, enough with all the vague statements. I just want some clear answers out of you.
I'm talking about your wife here, Caleb. I just can't forgive her for what she's done.
What? What has she done, Mom? That is all I'm trying to get out of you.
It would be easier to explain all this to you when you get here. I have something to show you that will make this all make sense. Hey there, Caleb. I was just wondering if you're going off to your mom's house again. I mean, you went there last week to go and help her take out that trash she had, right? Do you think maybe you could not go and see her today since you just saw her last week?
And just why shouldn't I go and see my mom, huh?
Caleb, I'm sorry. I really didn't want to tell you this way, but I think that we should just stop talking to your mom.
What are you talking about this time? Why would we do that?
Well, I've been holding this in for a long time, but I'm pretty sure that your mom hates me. She's always bullying me, and I just don't know how much more of this I can take if you're going to keep her in your life. Oh, so you finally figured out that I hate you. Well, can you even blame me? After all, you've been nothing but a terrible wife and daughter-in-law. What on earth are you talking about, Caleb? What has gotten into you? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said earlier. This is Ginger speaking. I apologize for letting you think this was my son. Wait, Ginger? I don't get it. What's going on here? Oh, don't act so surprised. If you must know, Caleb is here with me right now. Now wait a second. What the heck is going on here? Why are you texting me from Caleb's phone? I'm texting you from his phone because my son is rather busy right now, and I won't be able to get to the phone. But I have to say, I am just shocked that you had the gall to accuse me of bullying you. Ginger, I don't want to talk to you. Put Caleb on the phone right now. No, I think that this conversation has been a long time coming for the two of us. After all, it's clear that you seem to think that there's some big problem between the two of us. So let's talk about that. No, I'm not going to do this with you, Ginger. Just put my husband on the phone right now. I'm afraid that you aren't going to get your way with this time. I don't think that Caleb or I should have anything to do with you ever again. You really think this is going to work? If you want to play this game, I can go and talk to Caleb about this, and then you'll be the one left all alone. What on earth are you talking about, Paula? You need to leave my son and I alone. I want you to leave him and get out of our lives. How can you be so cruel to your own daughter-in-law? Don't you realize how awful all of what you're saying is? I'm sorry, but if you think what I'm saying is bad, you really don't want to know what I'm thinking right now. But it's enough to say that I don't think that you're good enough for my son, and that's why I want you to leave him. Are you telling me that Caleb is there with you right now while you're texting me all of this? Does he know that you're doing this? Because this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that you're bullying me. You're a terrible, horrible, evil mother-in-law. You can cry all you like, Paula, but it isn't going to change a thing. In fact, you might as well accept it now that no matter how much you cry, no one is going to take your side. But that can't be right. You're the bully here. You're in the wrong. I know that Caleb is going to take my side when I tell him about what you're doing to me. Well, he might go to help you if you were a better wife, but I'm afraid things just aren't going to go the way you think they are. After all, why would he come to help a wife who is cheating on him? Cheating? Me? Is that supposed to be a joke or something? Oh, please. Why are you bothering to play dumb right now? I know that I saw you walking out of a hotel with another man the other day. But when I asked you about it, you lied to me and said that you were at home all day. Are you talking about the other day when you messaged me about what I was doing on that Wednesday? That's right. You said you were home all day, remember? But I'm sure that you must have been terrified when you realized you had been caught. I have no idea what you're talking about at all, but this has gone on far enough. Besides, I told you that you got the wrong person. You said that, but the thing is that I took a picture of the person I saw that day, and it was clear that this girl was having fun hanging onto this man's arm. The proof is all right here. Are you still going to keep denying the truth? I am telling you that you've got the wrong person. You just saw things and you have no idea what you're talking about. Did you talk to Caleb about all of this? Of course I have. You were cheating on my son, and you didn't think that I'd tell him? Ginger, you put Caleb on the phone right now. I am serious. I'm not going to stand for this any longer.
Hello, Paula. It's Caleb. Now, would you care to explain yourself to me?
Caleb, is that really you? You have to listen to me and not your mom, okay? I am telling you that I've never cheated on you. Your mom is lying to you so that she can try and get rid of me.
Paula, please. My mom showed me the pictures that she took of you.
But that isn't me. I'm telling you that your mom saw the wrong person. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
You really think that I don't know what my own wife looks like, Paula? You're wearing an outfit that I've seen you in countless times. You really think there's someone out there who looks just like you and owns your clothes too?
Please, this is all just a big mistake. You don't understand.
I can't believe you, though. I remember you told me you wanted to try limiting that outfit for special occasions. But I guess cheating on me is pretty special, huh?
You can buy those clothes anywhere. That still doesn't mean that it's me. Maybe it's just a popular outfit. Please, you really think you can judge someone just from what they're wearing?
I really can't believe you're trying too hard to lie to me like this. Why can't you just be honest with me?
Because I am telling you that it wasn't me. Honest. You have to trust me.
You know that in the photo my mom showed me, it shows you and the person you're with, right?
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I know you were cheating on me with David from my office. It was you two for sure. Unless you're telling me that there are two clones of you and David and they both happen to be sleeping with each other.
Caleb, please. You've got it all wrong. It really isn't like that at all.
Why, Paula? Why do you insist on keeping up this lie after I already know what the truth is? What is even the point?
Please. Okay. I'll admit that David and I were out together, but we were only doing some shopping and that's it. I swear.
I don't care what you have to say for yourself anymore. Besides, if that were really the truth, then why didn't you say anything about it until now?
Because, well, I guess I just thought that you would be mad at me. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to upset you.
I wonder if you even realize that you're just digging yourself a deeper grave. And to think that you tried to trick me into believing that my mom was bullying. But the worst part is you almost had me fooled.
But it's true. I am scared of your mom, and she is always telling me what to do and bossing me around.
And you used that to try and make me think my mom was a bad person. But now I realize that you were just trying to get her out of the picture before she could tell me about your affair. Isn't that right? You really are just pathetic, do you know that? How could you do that to my mom?
I swear that I only did it because I was scared. I know that she hates me, and that's why I was trying to get rid of her.
I have had just enough of you bad-mouthing my mom, Paula. And I know that you tried to cow my mom into not saying anything as well.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that my mom showed me the messages that you two were sending to each other. You threatened my mom by telling her that you could convince me to leave her. You tried to blackmail my mom.
No, it wasn't anything like that at all. I swear. I just knew that your mom wouldn't listen to me unless she knew you were on my side.
So that's it then? You're just gonna try to use me to get what you wanted out of my mom then? Well, at least you've come and admitted it now. But you're gonna regret this. So you're really not going to admit to your affair with David?
Please, you have to know that we were just out shopping together and that's it.
Well, I just visited David at his house and he admitted to everything.
Hold on a second. You went all the way to David's house to talk to him about this?
Well, since you weren't going to tell the truth, I had to get the truth out of David instead. But at least he gave me the truth.
You mean he said that him and I? That can't be.
Oh, it didn't take much pushing at all. I only had to show him the photos my mom took and that was enough. He admitted to everything right away, but I have to say, that still puts him in a league above you. At least he's enough of an adult to take responsibility for his actions. But anyways, I went and let our company know about what was going on.
But why would you do that? What does this have to do with work?
Well, I told my boss that I refused to work with the man that was sleeping with my wife. I said that either I would go or he would. And of course, there was no way the company was going to take David's side in this. So they had him transferred into our most remote office working in the archive room.
Caleb, I'm so sorry about all of this.
The both of you are just pathetic. You know, he was begging me not to say anything to his wife.
Yes, please. Whatever you do, don't tell his wife. I'm begging you. We don't need to make this any worse than it already is.
You really think you can ask for me that after you cheated on me? You've got some nerve asking that of me.
But I really am sorry. Whatever you do, don't tell David's wife about this.
I'm sorry, but it's too late for that. Now David is begging for his forgiveness just like you should be from me.
So then she already knows. Oh no. This is really, really bad.
That's right. And you should have seen her face when she found out. I almost feel bad for David. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up in the hospital by the time his wife is through with him. But you're not out of this yet. I think we should all meet in person and talk this out.
No, please, anything but that. If you really think she's going to land David in the hospital, then there's no way that I could meet her.
You really are such a coward. Do you know that? You lied and lied and lied to me about what you did. And now that you've finally been caught, you're too scared to take responsibility for what you've done.
But what should I do? This isn't fair. This can't be happening to me.
It's way too late to try and keep up that victim act of yours. Nobody thinks that you're innocent in this. In fact, David's wife and I are going to sue the two of you for your affair, and it's not going to be cheap.
You're really going to sue us?
That's right. So you better prepare to die with that.
But then, does that mean that you're going to leave me too?
Of course I'm going to leave you. And so is David's wife.
Please, you can't do this. I don't want to divorce you, Caleb.
Well, I do. And I don't really feel like listening to what you have to say on the matter.
Can't we just talk about this? I mean, I know that I messed up, but it's my first time doing this. Surely we can just work past this, right?
It isn't just about the affair, Paula. It's about how you lied to me and tried to turn me against my mom to protect yourself. I can never ever forgive you for doing that.
I know that I shouldn't have done that, but I really am sorry. I was just so scared to be caught.
Well, now you have been, and you're not going to get away with it. You tried so hard to avoid accepting responsibility for this, but now we're going to make you.
After that, David and his wife ended up divorcing, and him and Paula were sued by their former spouses for their affair. In addition, David had to move across the country to keep his new job, keeping the archive room in order. Paula, left with nobody to defend her, moved away as well as she started a new life in a new town. She has to work multiple jobs to afford her tiny apartment, as most of her income goes to paying off her legal fees to Caleb and David's wife. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.